what's it do? I need it. Fucking need it now. Watch. Issue with this door. This is a Hyundai Tucson front door. The window went down, but it won't go back up. The last time I tried it, I could hear the motor spinning, so I know it's getting power. So let's see what's up. Yeah, I think the issue here is the power regulator assembly. There's a gear, the cog that the cable pulley winds around. Inside that cog, it has a set of gear teeth that interlocks with the gear on the power motor, and the gears or the teeth on the cog grind out the dust, which is why this doesn't work. I have that feeling because the driver's door has the same issue, unfortunately. In here is where the cog would be. Yeah, crap. Okay, let's get that back in place. In here is where the cog would go. Grease. And these are the cable pulleys which would wind around the cog and raise or lower the window upon command. But I don't know if it was like cheaply made, poorly made, crappily made, the one it's horribly made, or if it was abused and misused. But I don't think it was that. I think it was just poorly, crappily made, because the driver one went out first, and who's in the vehicle more than anyone else? The driver, of course. Then out goes the front passenger, who's the second most person that occupies the car, the one who loves to ride shotgun. The back ones are still working, fortunately, but this is just a matter of time. I give it like a few months before they all stop working. So right now we're just waiting for the replacement regulator. And the sad thing about it, one tiny part fails, and this entire black piece from this corner to that corner, all the way down there to there, come right back up to this corner. That entire black piece is the regulator. The regulator is at the back. That thing that's shaped like the guide rail, and over here it's on the back. That's the guide rail. These are the cable pulleys, and the motor assembly would bolt on right here to turn the cog, which the cable pulley is wound around, and however it does it, it brings your window up or it puts it down. In this case, this window was up and I tried to put it down, and I just heard the same sound as as the passenger door. So right now the motor is not there, obviously, and I'm gonna take apart this one so we can see what the problem is with this door. But more than likely it's the same thing because it sounds the same. The motor spins freely, but it doesn't make contact with the gear. So more than likely it's a busted cog. And unfortunately the entire panel is the window regulator, so that needs to be replaced. So first you can start by opening this slot here, which will reveal the Phillips screw. There we go. So there are no other bolts or screws, so just have to hold the door panel and pull it really hard and it will come loose. Just like that. So here's the back of the door panel. And before you go any further, you'd like to unplug the window switch. There's a clip. You pinch the clip and you slide out the connector. Same goes for the tweeter. The clips beneath, slide it out. And for the door latch, you remove the Phillips screw. I actually like these door latches because you don't have to like string them in like a typical door latch. You just remove that, slide it out, and there's the door latch in place. You can just leave it there, and here you have the door cover. Okay, step 2 or whatever. Here we have the entire panel again. I'm going to find the right tool for this and remove the motor assembly. So I got the tool. The size is about 932. I don't know what type of bolt. Okay, off comes. Yep, there it was. Yep. Now this one's even worse. This one's worse because the inside didn't just grind out, it crumbled. Yeah, it just crumbled. Let me see if I can get the driver door comparison. Alright, so this is the driver door's motor, and this is how it would look if it was installed. This is the cog, or whatever the hell you call it. This is basically the back part, so this is the front. This one's like still intact, the rigid parts, but the inside is smooth, so it doesn't lock in with the motor to actually get turned by it. So it just rotates. You can't rotate this with the hand, it's really strong, but this just over it like rumble strips. Now this this is the cable. You can basically just unwind it because it doesn't matter at this point. This is it. The gears are where basically, I mean, this is all, this is the problem, right? These are the problems right here. These stupid little plastic thingamajigs. And this is like a $200, $300 part. Well, the entire panel is like $200, $300. And all you really need is this. That's all there is. Yeah, this one's even worse. You can hardly hear or feel it. I mean, this is really ridiculous. What I'm going to have to do is to remove the entire regulator assembly, then pull the window up so I can be able to like close it. Need to pull this out and pinch the ends on this. Take it out because you're gonna need some wiggle room. To remove this one, I think this has to do with the airbag system. Oh yeah, this part. Press this part here and pull it down. Yeah. So your airbag light's gonna come on if this isn't plugged in. Oh, one more thing. Remove the speaker. The 4 Phillips screws that hold the speaker, because you're going to want to get your hand inside to slide the window up. You need to get the window to the height where these plugs are. Pull them out. There's another one right here. Pull it out and get the window to the right height where it exposes the screw holes. From there, using the 10mm socket to get them loose. And it's the same socket size for the entire bolt on the panel. using hands all the way until it's closed. There's a hook. Yep, that thing. So lift it that way. There's another one here to get it to stay in place. The screw hole there, that's the holder for the glass. That's actually holding on to the glass, but the back doesn't have one. You can use a zip tie or some binding wire to secure it in place. Okay, so this is how it looks with the binding wire. I didn't have any zip ties that were like small yet strong enough to hold it in place. So that's good enough to hold like this portion of the window up. But as you drive, or if you're gonna drive or open and close the doors, that corner is gonna fall down when the shock takes it. So another way or another trick is if you've removed the cog, there's a length of cable that's gonna come from below and another length that's gonna come from above. What you're gonna want to do is use the length that comes from above, which maneuvers the, I don't know what you call that thing, but you can see it moving. That's what you're going to use to hold up that end of the window. In order to do that, you need to put the sub panel back in place. Okay, with your sub panel slightly in place, you can raise the regulator until it holds onto, or it's holding the window in place. Okay, now I have made sure by putting my hand on the inside, so I know the window is being held. Now keep the tension applied as you do something with this length of cable. I'm going to tie it onto something useful. There we go. Okay, so this was my idea of tie it in place. Could have been worse. So if you're gonna drive it, this would be your new door handle until you get your new door handle, and that's basically it. So this is my idea of temporarily setting up the door panel or the regulator assembly until the replacement arrives. Some bolts in place and tightened That's all you'd need, just a few bolts. If you're gonna be driving the vehicle, you just don't want excessive rattling and so forth. You can go ahead and reconnect the sensors. And two fork thingies, one here and the other one here. You just align them with the hole. In this case, they're marked in yellow, so that's the way. I definitely want to have all 4 screws in, because this little speaker packs good punch. I knew it was the speaker. There's gonna be someone driving in the front seat. You're gonna want to make it possible to open the door without having to go outside to do it. Okay, so I connected or tied on 2 tie straps. So you just hold them and pull. And there you have it. That's your temporary door latch.
Several days later.
Finally get the replacement. Driver side window regulator. And here is the thing. I don't know why it did mash up, the first one. Actually got in here, so the wires wrap around it to hold it in place. See it, yeah? Piece of shit. Alright, so really, when you're pre, you have to wonder how long it go last. Like, really. I mean, this disappointing. Like, really disappointing. The gear grind to dust. And pieces them I couldn't even grind out, them just shatter. First, I'm gonna have to clean off the gear teeth them before I may install it. And remove the old window regulator. This is inside door latch, console, seat driver, window. I have to remove speaker with screws. Leave all the speaker screw them in there, so you don't get no rattling while I play music. Can't drive without music. Airbag sensor that need to remove 2 screws and just a few screws in place for hole in the door panel so it don't drop out, and so you can actually open and close the door. Well, close the door without the thing, because you can't hold on this because this don't have no support, so when you pull it, will just come right out. So this is gonna get sorted out and the door cover will get put on back and the door will look like new, and when we're done we'll go test it. Rain started falling already. Yeah, I'm rain top fog for now. Alright. saw blue stock zipper, carry down, then press the thingamajig slightly out. All the clip them did loose from before we hold on the wire and harness, so we never have to pull them again. Just press this slightly out. Actually, never have to pull down it. That's just that. Do this. So the sensor don't have to install on the new regulator assembly. So unscrew the sensor using a Phillips screwdriver 2x4. Unplug the speaker. Alright, so you have the whole wiring harness clear. And then unscrew the speaker. Put on the zip tie so we can actually open the door without the original latch. So just clip off a zip tie. Wow. These are done for. Unscrew the bolts. In total, I suppose I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 bolts to hold the regulator in place. So my problem when they come on the screw, I love walking. I just don't want to do them job on these screws. Fine. But this is how me tie it up. These are the cables. These are the cable for the window regulator assembly. This is how I actually wrap around the stupid piece of shit plastic cog. You know, whichever direction. And motor turn it and move the levers or whatever you call them, bracket or hold on the window and maneuver the window up or down. So because it don't make no sense to keep it in there, we take it out, put tension on it so that it hold up the window, and we tie it somewhere on the regulator assembly so it will stay in place. That way then nobody can just walk up and use them hand and just wind down the window. If you can actually see it without the cables, you will slide them just enough to make rain come through. The reason for that is because when you some clip there behind the assembly, the panel itself is like a hook. So you just lift it up one layer so you try best to feel it out. The next one is supposed to be here so right here so yeah, them star the plus sign mark which part they hook them there. So this now slide it forward, lift up, pull it out. Be in mind that you can't disconnect them, or to my knowledge, to the best of my knowledge, you can't disconnect them, so you have to just Holy shit, how am I gonna get you off now for real? Cause if I can't disconnect you, how the hell am I gonna take off this? Genuinely don't think that thing. But come to think of it, bro. Yeah, you'd at least have to take you out of this. You know what I'm saying, though? I need that. Fucking need that now. Watch. One, two, three, four, five, six. Now we need to put back all of this back together. This is how we get the window to stay up. Binding wire. Alright, so that's all I'm going to So the new window regulator assembly. This is the new one. So to prevent stress from the building, just wind up the window enough. Yes. That is that. Which where we should get. One. So the top one is the lock and unlock mechanism, and the bottom one is the door latch. Pull it until it comes through right in the groove. Alright, good. This one we should get. Again, sideways. Okay. No. So. Yeah, so. Because it wouldn't fit in the other one. Alright. Snap. Oh, we would never snap. Oh, maybe you can free. Fucking finger. Oh, that's an easier way to do it. Snap again. Good. That's that. So you draw down the window. Just bear in mind, you shouldn't actually do that yet. But you have to suffer the consequences now. Just slide this through first. So we can get to plug it in. Once the window connect to the regulator, you can twist the regulator assembly like this. You can't have it out the window, go there, hold it on the door, so you can't really like free handle it anymore. So just make use like running the latch cable there to the door. Right in the hole. Well, assume so this about the end of the hole too. I can't see. But shit happens. Ah, like this smell of the screw. Oh. Alright. Oh, come on. Yes, one slight miscalculation, mistake. What? I need to pull this back out so I can put this and this in. Yeah, don't forget that. Don't forget that. Wait. Yep. So in these holes, merely tighten up this. Merely tighten up this. So we'll use the screw or the bolt with the 10 and the Phillips. This one and the clamp will pinch the glass holder. So that needed the power there. Oh, this so pissed. For some reason this now grip. I hope it's not cast ready. Nope. This here is being a real pain. Where are you? I'm never unhook this one more time. Just feel the border. And it's too high. Yeah, it come true. Just want to make sure. Alright, make sure the glass line up in the groove then. And the glass slide between the rubber guides. Tight is well tight. Reach it. Feel. So when you pull on the window, yeah, the regulator is supposed to move like this. So the glass not supposed to come out like seed. The glass is like a seed, and the glass sit on the and the screw go through here to pinch the glass like The seat have a rubber, so it pinch the glass and hold it. So pulling on the glass is supposed to move everything like this. You can see I'm going to put all of them back in place. All of the rubber seals. So this one fit. This over there. Everybody gets a plug. Everybody gets a plug. Alright. This. So you just basically follow the line was seem like logical. Here. Here. And this. Go here. Yeah, and you have the wiring harness back in place. You can actually start reassemble the assembly. Yeah, in order to get this line up, you have the poke outs. I think the whole them marking in yellow. You just line up the poke outs then. So without the screws, you can't actually like turn it. So it's fixed in place. And the black screws yeah, and make sure it's a bit tight in them because a speaker kind of loud. So damn, that's tight. Oh, fresh hole. Yeah. Speaker. The airbag sensor. Oh. Alright, better. These holes not holes yet. Don't bite me. Mosquito time now. So better work on finish. Move first up. Now blood. You know, got blood bank if you want blood. Red tab facing you. Slide it in quick. Push up the red tab to lock it in place so it can't come out back. 9:32. I don't know what they said in the car. I don't know. Sorry. Face up. I want to do a test run first before you fully reassemble everything. So, blue to white. That never looked like it if it's plugged in now either. work. So for now, I'm just turning off look. And before I go away, yeah, the airbag light go away too. If the airbag light stay on, that means there's something either wrong with the sensor or in a plug-in back properly. Or in a plug-in at all. But now we can start screw up at the assembly, panel assembly. There you go. Then put back the elbow trim or the armrest back in place. Then screw it back in place. The door latch. Go hook in from the front first, and the back will clip in. First, reconnect back the driver console. Tweeter. And that's the last one. Then reattach the latch. Side the slot there, so good. Now you just push on like the, well, first align the tabs back in place. That is one. Let me get this corner. These things. That's two. Alright, so once you get like one corner or two corners in, you just start pushing the rest. Yeah, that's a problem. Door has been off. The door cover has been off for so long. It struggles to stay on with the clip. After a few days, it will take its place. Good. Last and final piece. One hook to the bottom, one hook to the right. That's it. Yeah, the airbag light is supposed to go. If you don't go, there's something wrong. Yes, all the way up to the corner. So you're not supposed to see light, no, nothing. Supposed to go right up and go right down to the outer side. Well, yeah, you go see P side, of course, because you know invisible. So this only have auto down that work. Yeah. Oh, not a lot because the passenger door open.